Shoulders up to the ears, nice and tight. Inhale. Exhale, roll the shoulder blades back and down the spine. Again, inhale through the nose, raising the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, rolling the shoulder blades back and down the spine. 2 more times at your own speed. Inhale. Open the mouth, sigh it out. And again, inhale. Open the mouth, sigh it out. And inhale, raise up that right arm, reaching through the fingertips, lengthening through the hips and the arms and the shoulders. And then lower that right hand down, tickle the left ear. You dip the head to the right side, taking the left hand down to the mat. Waking up the neck, deep breath in, sigh it out. Inhale, raise the right arm up nice and high and then lower it down to the mat, taking it to the left side. Inhale, raising up the left arm, reaching through the fingertips. As you exhale, lower the left hand down, tickle the right ear, dip the head to the left side, making that right arm nice and heavy. Deep breath in. Open the mouth as you sigh it out. Inhale, raise the left arm up, take it down to the mat. Right hand behind the back, left hand over to the right knee. Turn your twist. Taking deep breaths in through the nose. Sighing it out as you twist through the spine, gazing at the shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Take the left hand behind the back, in line with the spine. Right hand over to the left knee. Sit tall and turn your twist to gaze at the left shoulder. And then you're going to inhale, come back to the center, place both hands down onto the mat in front of you and begin to walk the fingers out nice and low, taking the head down nice and heavy. Try to relax the forearms on the ground, keeping the hips and the knees nice and heavy. Lowering the head down, lengthening the arms out, relaxing the head, and then slowly roll the body up, keeping your chin to chest as you roll all the way up. Take your hands behind the back, fingers pointing away, and gaze up towards the sky, drawing the shoulder blades together. Nice, almost like a reverse cat-cow. Bring your hands back to the knees, inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, roll the shoulders back. Inhale. And exhale. Come up into your child's pose, your wide-legged child's pose. So you're bringing your big toes together and you're opening out the knees to the width of the mat. Try to sit down onto the heels, create lots of space down the spine, tip the tailbone under. Try to keep the heels as low as you can to the mat. Place the hands down to the mat and walk the hands away as you come into your wide-legged child's pose. Use your palms to really push the mat away. As you lower the head down and you reach out through the arms, it's like you want to stretch the armpits, taking the hands further and further away from the body, keeping the heels nice and low, pushing through the hips, lowering the head down to the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come up to the fingertips. So you're up onto all fingertips now, your gaze is forward, try to sink your chest low. And then you're going to pick up the right hand, thread the right hand underneath the left arm and lower the right shoulder down to the mat. So you're twisting through the body. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to the center, both hands out in front of you and swap sides, taking the left hand underneath the right arm. Lowering that left shoulder down to the mat. And then bring the hands out in front of you. Take the hands out nice and wide into a T shape. Come back up into the fingers. Sink down the hips, sink down the chin, down to the mat. feel the strength coming from the biceps and the triceps as they both work at the same time. And then very, very gently begin to lift the body up. Take the left leg out to the sides. Point that left toe down. You're still keeping the right knee bent. So now your heel is like touching the bum if you can, and you're pointing the left toe down towards the ground. Gazes forward, hands out in front of you. Same technique, begin to crawl the hands out in front of you as you open up the hips. Really sink into the hips, send the heels back, send the hips back to the heels, lengthen out the legs. And then bring the hands into your body and swap sides. So bringing the left knee in, taking the right leg out, pointing the right toe down towards the mat, keeping that left knee bent and out towards the edge of the mat, hands out in front of you, and begin to walk the hands down and away. Really feel the hips begin to open, sink into the knee and into that right thigh. Really opening up the adductors. And then begin to walk the hands back into the body and come back into your tabletop. So now your hips are hip distance apart, so your knees are hip distance apart, and your hands are in line with the knees and your fingers are spread out wide. Gaze is forwards. Inhale through the nose, lift the head, cat-cow. Exhale, lower the head down, lower the tailbone down, arch the tummy, gaze at the navel. Again, inhale through the nose, lift the head, arch the spine. Exhale, lower the head down, tip the tailbone down as you gaze at the navel. 2 more times. Inhale, big breaths in, shoulders away from the ears, tipping the tailbone up, gaze is at the sky. And exhale, lower the head down. Gazing at the navel, really pushing through the shoulders, chin to chest, hold it here. And come back to a neutral spine. You inhale, raise the right arm out in front of you, and then kick the left leg out behind you. So now you're in your Superman pose. So try to reach through the fingers and kicking out through the heel. Remember to activate the core, the thumb should be at eye level. So you're reaching through the fingers and you're kicking back through the heels. Remember, try to have that left hand pushed into the mat.
Nice place to do it.
Nice deep breath. And as you exhale, lower the hand and the knee down to the mat and rock from side to side. Left side, inhale. Raise the left hand out in front of you, fingers pointed forwards. Now you're balancing now on that right arm. You're going to send that right leg out behind you, flex the big toe. Square off the hips and raise the arm up to eye level. Again, reaching forward for the fingertips. You can't see my fingers, but they're really reaching forward, and my back heel is kicking towards the back, towards this tree. So really reaching through the body. And then lower the hand down to the mat. Rock from side to side. We're going to try to do that again, but with a slight variation this time, just to open up the back a little bit more. So same technique, you're in your tabletop, you raise up the right arm, fingers pointed forwards, and you're going to kick that left leg back. What I want you to do, I want you to bend that left knee this time. So you're bending the left knee and you're really sending the heel up towards the sky. It's almost like a donkey kick, well it is a donkey kick, like a slow donkey kick. So you're really lengthening through the quads, activating the core, kicking the heels up towards the sky. And what you do is you kick it up as high as you can, you send your right hand back to hold on to the foot if you can. And then you reach up with the left foot, so you're like kicking, it's almost like you want to kick the hand away. It's a really nice twist in the body, opening up the shoulders, opening up the hips, really kicking back. If you can't grab it just yet, that's okay. Just try it every time you do a Superwoman or Superman pose, to reach back and grab the opposite foot. And then lower the hand down to the mat and rock from side to side. Nice. Let's try it on the other side. So we're going to inhale, raising out the left arm in front of us. Our gaze is forward, our tummies are activated, our spine is nice and neutral. Kicking that right leg back now, so back into the Superman pose. So kicking through the heel, reaching through the fingers. Now I'm going to bend the right knee, and we're going to just lift the heel up. So really opening up the hip, stretching through the quad. It's a nice gentle back bend to start you off, raising up and down. You can keep it here going up and down, or you can send that right foot over to the left side. Take your left hand and grab onto the outside of the foot. Once you've got a good grip, it's like you want to kick out of the hand. So you're kicking the hand away, keeping a nice grip. Nice, twisting through the body. Lifting up the leg as high as you can. And then lower the hand down and shake it off. Maybe some nice fluid movements in the back. Nice rotations, opposite direction. Nice. And then we're going to tuck the toes under, lean back onto the heels, walk the hands up onto the knees as you rock forwards and backwards, waking up those calves, the Achilles tendon and the toes. Roll all the way back to come onto the heels and begin to lift yourself up. So the idea is to keep the thighs as close to the chest as you can. So if that means holding on to the front of the knees and lifting up, do so. Ultimately, you want to try to keep your tummy nice and low and your spine nice and long. Your shoulders are relaxed, and you very slowly begin to lift the body up, lower the heels down to the mat, keep the spine nice and long. And just try to lower the body down so that your tummy is as close as possible to the knees and to the thighs. Even if you have a slight bend in the knees, that's okay. Then you're going to wrap your hands behind the thighs. Allow the head to hands are wrapped behind the thighs, and you begin to lengthen out the legs, lowering the head down. Nice. Go as low as you can. Keep hugging the thighs into the chest. Allowing the head to hang heavy, really stretching out in the hamstrings. Release the hands, allow them to hang heavy, and rock from side to side. Holding on to the elbows, allow the head to hang heavy, rocking from side to side. Open out the arms and begin to lift the body up vertebra by vertebra. Come until you get to like a 90-degree angle so your chest is facing the mat. Bring the palms together, interlace the fingers, reach down with the arms so they're nice and straight. Try to have the arms in line with the spine. And then you're going to inhale through the nose. Imagine somebody's lengthening you out through the arms but holding you back at the waist. You're going to inhale, lift the arms up. So really reaching out in front of you. Reaching, 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 drawing those elbows together, holding in the core, activating the legs. And come all the way up to your standing. Open the arms out, come into your cactus so your arms are out nice and wide, and then send the hands back behind you. Nice back bend. Come back to center and bring hands to heart center and shake it off. Lovely. So your toes are touching and your heels slightly apart. Step to the top of your mat so you have some space to float back. We'll do 2 rounds of sun salutation variations. So you're standing nice and tall. You're grounding yourself into your mat. You're lowering your tailbone down. Your gaze is forward, so your palms are out. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth as you sigh it out. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, sweep both hands up, palms are touching. Your gaze is now at the thumbs. reaching through the fingers. Inhale here. Exhale, open out the arms nice and wide as you're pushing the air behind you away. Lower down the chest, bending at the hips. Arms now float down to touch the toes, touch the shins, or you can lower down and you can touch the mat. Inhale, come up to your halfway lift, gazes forward. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands onto the mat and step or jump back into your high plank. The key is to bend the knees here, and that way you can get a nice jump back into your high plank. Gazes forwards, arms are strong. Inhale. Exhale, you're going to tuck the elbows into the body, lower down, chaturanga, or knees, chest and chin. Untuck the toes, inhale, scoop up into upward facing dog. Exhale, float back into downward facing dog. Nice, our first downward facing dog of the day. Our toes pointed forward in line with the hands, so they're hip distance apart. There should be no arch in the spine. Try to avoid arch in the spine. Lower down the heels and send the tailbone up. Head in between the arms. It's your first down dog, so it hasn't got to be perfect. Pedal the feet up and down and let the calves and the hamstrings open. Coming back into your down dog. Inhale, lift the head. Step the right foot in between the hands, so now you're into your high lunge. Lower down the left foot and come up into your warrior one. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sink deeper into that front knee. Inhale. Exhale, sink in further into that front knee. Nice. Open out the arms nice and wide. Turn your gaze so the arms out nice and long. Lengthen out the legs so they're nice and straight and reach into the right hand. So you're reaching sideways into the right hand. It's like a nice lean here. Inhale. As you exhale, lower the right hand down to the inside right ankle and raise the left arm up towards the sky. Triangle pose. The key with triangle pose is not to arch forward. So even if you can't get the front right knee straight, bring your hand to the inside in line with that right foot and send the left arm up and back. The key here in triangle pose or trikonasana is the twist in the body and the gaze up at the thumbs, and eventually get length in the legs to make it a full triangle. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, bring the hands to heart center. Tucking the hands into the chest. You're going to turn to rotate in the hips to face the short edge of the mat, or to face the right foot. Bend that right knee so you're almost into your high lunge again. Bending the right knee, turning the left foot also, and then you're stepping up off of the left foot as you... Nice. So remember, hands at the chest. Right leg is nice and strong. Left leg is kicking back. Your gaze is in front of you. Nice deep breath in. As you exhale, bend that right knee, step the left leg back, return to your warrior two. Lovely. Windmill both hands around to frame that front right foot. Step that right foot back. Now it's meeting the left. And you're back into your high plank. Arms nice and straight. Lower down, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, untuck the toes, scoop up, upward facing dog. Exhale, push back into your downward facing dog. Nice. Remember to open out the arms. Send the shoulder blades away. Open out the arms. Elbows away, arms straight. Gaze is between the knees, at the feet. Nice. Inhale, lift the head. Walk the feet to meet the hands, return into your forward fold. Head, hands nice and low. Inhale, sweep both hands up. Palms are touching. Exhale, lower the hands down to heart center. And then by your side, shake it off. Lovely. We're going in. Heels are slightly apart. Remember, tuck the tailbone in. That way give you lots of grounding in the core. Relax the shoulders, lift the sternum. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, sweep both hands up, palms are touching, gazes at the thumbs. As you exhale, open the arms out, and then pushing the air away. It's like you're pushing yourself forward, lengthening through the spine, bending through the hips, then sending the hands down low. Inhale, come up to the fingertips, gazes forwards. Exhale, lower the head down. Place both hands on the ground, step or jump back into your high plank, lower down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, scoop up, upward facing dog. Exhale, float back, downward facing dog. Remember, feet hip distance apart, heels on the mat, palms spaced out wide, elbows turned out to the side. Nice, tailbones really flicking up towards the sky. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, raise that left leg. Set the left leg in between the hands. Turn that right foot to a 90-degree angle and sweep up into your warrior one. Remember, your torso is facing over that front bent knee. Your arms are up by your ears. Inhale. Exhale, sink deeper into that front knee. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Hold it here, nice and low. Open the arms up nice and wide. Now you're in warrior two. Gaze at the middle left finger. Lengthen out both legs. Reach into the left hand, coming into your triangle pose. So you're reaching first, then you're lowering that left hand down to the inside left ankle and raising your arm up. Nice. Twisting through the body. And as you exhale, very gently come back up into your warrior two. Windmill the hands around to frame that front right foot. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Lower down knees, chest and chin or chaturanga. Inhale, scoop up into your upward facing dog. And exhale, float back into your down facing dog. Nice. Really lowering the heels down. Opening out the elbows and the shoulders. Arms are straight. Inhale, lift the head. Walk or jump the feet to meet the hands, returning to your forward fold. This time we're going to come into chair pose, so bring the arms up nice and heavy in front of you. Bend the knees, sweep both hands up. Chair pose. Nice, coming into Utkatasana, arms up nice and high, knees are bent, and try to sink down into the heels. Create lots of space in the spine. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands together at heart center, turn your gaze over to the left side, hook that right elbow onto the left thigh. Twisting through the body today. Nice, hold it here. Hands back to heart center, return into your chair pose, and then turn to the right side. Nice. Return into the center, hands onto the mat, head nice and low. And sweeping up all the way into Tadasana, mountain pose, palms are touching. Exhaling, bringing the hands back to heart center and out by your side. Nice. And shake off the legs. So nice and gentle, but still quite dynamic and strong. I'm going to turn now to face the long edge of the mat. So we're in a wide-legged stance. Remember to tuck that tailbone under so you're not arching the spine like this. You want to kind of stand nice and tall. Hands on the hips. Take a deep breath in. Toes pointed inwards slightly. Inhale. As you exhale, folding forward from the hips, lowering your chest down to the mat. At the hips. Choose to stay here, or you can lower the head or the hands down to the mat. Practice your headstands. Lowering the head down, or maybe you can thread the hands through, so you kind of take your palms up and you thread the hands in between the legs as far as they can go as you lower your head and shoulders down to the mat. Nice. And then slowly bring yourself up. Hands onto the mat, shuffle the feet back together. So now the toes are pointing outwards and you're coming into your Malasana squat. So you can choose to rock from side to side here, hands at heart center, really using the elbows to push the knees open. Your hands at heart center and you're just opening up the hips, rocking side to side feels really good. Really going from one hip to the other. Or maybe this is your perfect opportunity to practice crow pose, Bakasana, in which case you keep the elbows where they are, rocking from side to side. Try to lower the forearms to the insides of the knees and just lengthen through the spine. And then to get into Bakasana, if you want to try, you place your hands out in front of you first. So you slap the arms out as fast as they will go. Sink the hips down. Turn the toes inwards. Place the hands on the mat. Try to have your knees inside of the armpit or just above the elbow. And just rest in there. That's just like the starter pose. Hands are on the mat. Gaze is forwards. Toes are pressed firmly into the mat. You're going to come up to the tiptoes first. And you're going to just lean onto the hands, just so you can get an idea of that body weight. Rocking forwards and backwards, just to feel where the knees are going to land. And then slowly, you lower down, lifting up to the tiptoes, and you raise one leg up first, then the other to follow. And you bring your toes together. You float forward, you come to the tiptoes, you lift one foot, and then the other. Nice. And then step back into Chaturanga and up facing dog. Lower the knees down and float back into your wide-legged child's pose. So remember, your knees out nice and wide and your arms out nice and long. Relaxing here in your wide-legged stance. And slowly begin to bring the hands into the chest. So you're lying on your back and your knees are bent. We'll do one more stretch for the hips. So bending both knees, we're going to figure four the legs. So you're going to place that right foot on the left knee. Relax the shoulders on the mat. Relax the spine on the mat. And then raise that left leg up. Interlace the fingers behind the left thigh. Send that right knee out to the side. Inhale. Exhale, drawing that left knee into the chest. Inhale, release. Exhale, draw that left knee into the chest. Inhale, release. And then draw that left knee into the chest and hold. Nice. You want to come to change legs, so place the feet back onto the mat, place the left ankle onto the right knee, bend the right knee, interlace the fingers behind the right knee and send that, and send that right knee into the chest. Do not roll down to the heel. Nice. Nice deep breaths. Every time you inhale, release. Exhale, sink a bit further. Now you can go ahead and keep practicing this, or you can sit with your feet together in a wide-legged kind of like butterfly pose. I lengthen out both legs. I bend my right knee. I hug my right knee into my body, which we've been practicing. And then I just externally rotate the knee. So I like to send the right knee out to the side, as for doing figure four. And I place the sole of my right foot in the crease of my left elbow. Sounds like a lot, it's actually not. You just place it here, almost like you're rocking a baby. And that way you really feel the stretch in the back of the hamstring. Keep that left leg nice and straight, and you're sending that knee into the body. If you can, give it a try. Try to hook that right foot on the inside of the left elbow and hug the knee. Feel that stretch coming from the thigh, the back of the hamstrings, all the way up to down the IT band. It's a really nice stretch. And then I slowly release and open it out, and I go to the other side. Give it a try. If not, go back to your normal figure fours with the bent knees. So if you're trying this version, you're bending the left knee into the chest. Whoa. You're externally rotating that left knee out to the side, placing the sole of the left foot on the inside of the right elbow. So it's like you're cradling it like a baby. And I just lengthen out that right leg. You can interlace the hands, rocking it from side to side, or you can hold at the knee and really send that right leg away. Ooh, nice stretch. One more deep breath in. And as you release, slowly lower that leg down. Be mindful of the knees and just stretch out the legs. Bring both legs up nice and high, and then you're going to flex the toes, so dorsiflex the toes so they're pointing towards you as if you're walking on the sky. Hands out to your side or beside you, whatever feels good for you. In my case, they'll be out to the side so I don't roll. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, lower the right leg down. Inhale, raise the right leg up. Exhale, lower the left leg down. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, lower the right leg down. Inhale. Exhale, lower the left leg down. One more time. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, lower the right leg down. Inhale, both legs up. Bend the knees. And then just gently rock the knees into the chest, and then rock side to side. Nice. Lower the legs out nice and long. Bring the arms up and overhead for a nice long stretch. Interlace the fingers, sending the palms out, pointing the toes down, creating lots of space in the hips and in the arms and the spine. Nice. Bring the arms back down, bend the right knee into chest, send that right knee over to the left side with control. Remember, the slower you go, the better for the body. Sending that right knee over to the right side, keeping the hips, so keeping the shoulders facing up. And then we're going to go to the left side. Lengthen out the right, bend the left knee, send the right hand to the outside left knee, and you're going to send that left knee to the right leg. Nice. Hold it here. Come back up to the center. You can go into happy baby, or you can bring the knees out nice and wide and rock from side to side. Nice. Lower yourself down. Roll over to the left side or whichever side so you face me, and push yourself up to your seated position on your mat. Sitting nice and tall, hands back down onto the knees, hips feeling a little bit more open. Maybe try and get into lotus. Flex the foot if the knee is a bit sore, that will protect it. Just explore with different ranges of movement. Hands down on the knees. Lengthen through the arms, lengthen through the spine, lengthen through the neck. We hold a lot of tension here, so try to relax the shoulders down. Interlace the fingers behind the head, cupping the skull. Elbows out nice and wide. Core is active. Inhale. Exhale, float down to the right side. Inhale, come up. Exhale, float down to the left side. Inhale, come up. Float down to the right side. Inhale, come up. And to the left side. I hope you guys are feeling some difference in these twists and the bends in the hips. And so return the hands back to the knees. Roll the shoulders forward. And then roll the shoulders back. Bring the hands together at heart center, pushing the thumbs into the chest and just sitting nice and tall. Thank yourself for taking the time out of your day to stretch with me today. It's really nice out, it's warm. If you're in the garden, you're at home in your living room. Just thank yourself for taking that time to practice and to work on your body and for giving yourself patience and time. I hope you have a fantastic day. I shall see you tomorrow at 12:30. And oh yeah, also, sorry, namaste.